perception assessment. So, diri na tong mga standardized assessment nga itudan ko sa mga bata with difficulties no sa auditory perception. Okay. So, diri it is conducted by a speech language pathologist. It could be a teacher if trained via and an audiologist. So they assess how the child processes and understands sounds. Can you mute your mic, Miss Samuel? Thank you. Okay, next is the result analysis and interpretation. So it is conducted by a speech language pathologist gihapon, an ENT doctor and audiologist. So katulad yun yung mga expert na dapat mo interpret. So na ENT doctor, kaning ENT doctor is this is ear, nose, and throat doctor. So pwede siya diri sa pag-interpret sa mga data sheets from the assessments. Kay naman pwede man siya sa ear, pwede po siya sa nose, and pwede po sa throat. Okay, so they assess how the child processes and interpret findings from PTA and auditory perception test. So PTA stands for pure tone audiometry. This is one of the auditory perception assessment. Mabalaan na ito natin. So, madunggan lang po. Sorry, napindot lang po ang close button. Sorry guys. Medyo taas-taas pa din ni siya guys. Sorry guys. Okay. So let us proceed to step 6. So this is where the interventions and recommendations. So nanay SPED team there is so the speech language pathologist, the SPED teacher, the parents, the therapists, and the audiologist. So they provide appropriate support such as classroom accommodations like the repetition and the visual cues, then auditory training and or speech therapy para sa bata, hearing aids or medical referral if needed, and home support strategies. Okay. Mag-usog-usog yapon ang cycle, no? Ibuhat ni sa therapy, yani nga intervention, yani nga strategies niya sa balay, wala giyapon gibuhat. So, na tendency nga dili ma-effective na sa bata. Okay? So, na-understand lang tong process of auditory assessment. Do you have any questions, clarifications? Okay, let's proceed. So, here are the different auditory perception tests. First, we have pure tone audiometry. So, kanya akong na-mention ganina, which stands for pure tone audiometry. Okay. Okay. So, pure tone audiometry, it is the most common hearing test used to evaluate a person's hearing ability. So, measure ni siya of how well a person can hear different frequencies or pitches of sound. So, ang mahitabo ani is learner who have a kanang basta ang learner na ay suspected na auditory perception difficulty kay mag-ipa-wear na sila og headphones then na sila yung murag button nga i-click every time na maka-hear sila og sound ana. Kanang sound kay mga words na siya. So i-test ra ang kaning sa pure tone test remember na ang target ra ani is to check if the learner can hear para i-determine kung hearing impairment by nakakos atong mga issues nga dili dayon siya kasabot sa mga directions or is it because of the auditory perception difficulty niya. Okay? So this is the geometry diagram, no? And those experts will interpret this. And sila ra ang maka-diagnose or sila ra yung makahatag of diagnosis sa child. Then here is the Pearson geometry which determine kung normal hearing ba, mild hearing loss, naabay moderate hearing loss ang bata, and so on to profound hearing loss. Okay? So here's an example of Pearson geometry. Okay, is for the pure tone audiometry. So na-understand na ninyo and na-visualize na ninyo unsaon siya. Can we tap the heart emoji, everyone? Are you still listening? Okay. Next, let's have who can have the pure tone audiometry assessment. So, pwede siya sa children, school-age learners, pwede po siya sa adults with suspected hearing loss, elderly individuals, and patients with ear-related medical conditions. Okay? Then, when can we conduct a pure tone audiometry test? So, we can conduct it based on need or suspicion of hearing problems. Okay. So I have a question here. Why is pure tone audiometry test still needed if it mainly checks for hearing loss? While auditory perception is more about how a child understands and processes sound. So, what do you think is the connection, man, of pure tone audiometry test sa audiometry perception assessment? Can we have Ms. Vasquez? Okay. So, like what I've said kanina pa, is need shooting Pearson audiometry because this is like the basic level, no, to identify if ang cause ba na naay difficulties ang bata sa pag-learn or sa pag-learn kay is it because of hearing problems or is it because of auditory perception test? So kaning pure tone audiometry, if makita dito sa results na the child can hear clearly, normal hearing, meaning ang problem sa pag-have difficulties in learning sa mga bata, pag-understand of oral instructions, kay maybe sa auditory perception ability sa bata. Nasabtan? Are you still there, everyone? Okay. evaluate hearing function more holistically. It helps determine how well a person can detect and recognize speech and is essential in identifying the type and degree of uh, hearing loss. Sorry. So, ang difference niya sa pure tone audiometry is that ang pure tone audiometry is more on the child can detect a sound. While there is a speech audiometry, it is more on detecting a sound and understanding and I it is more on detecting and recognizing a speech. So dito sa pure tone audiometry, ang ilarang buhaton is, di ba, ilarang pinduton ang button. While there is a speech audiometry, ang ilang buhaton is naagyapoy headphones, but kung unsay madunggan sa learner dito, kay iya pong i-say. For example, kay headphones niya. Sa headphones kay ang word kay hotdog. So, iya pong i-say ng hotdog para ma-determine sa assessors. Okay, nasabtan lang ang difference sa pure tone audiometry. Nasabtan lang. Okay. So, hearing threshold test. So, meaning, this is a test that finds the softest or the lowest level of sound a person can detect or respond to reliably. So, pinaka-hinay, pinaka-soft na level, no, nga madunggan sa usa ka patient. So, na siya duha ka types na ay speech detection threshold and the speech reception threshold. So, kaning speech detection threshold kay it is the softer level you can notice speech is present. So, ma-detect ra nga naa ang speech. Dayon sa speech reception threshold is it is the softest level that you can understand and repeat simple words. So, like akong example ganina nga naa sila headphones niya. Pag sa ilang headphones kay nakatungog sila hotdog, ila po nang isulti ang hotdog. Okay? Any question? Any question? Okay. So the test environment. So the patient is seated in a sound-treated or soundproof booth. Makita man ninyo sa picture, no? There. Soundproof na siya nga room. Kanang naa ng babali. Okay? Ngayon, they uses headphones or earphones or free-field speakers for young children or special cases. Okay? Then, here's the clinical procedure for the SDT and the SRT. So, SDT meaning the speech detection threshold, and then SRT is speech reception threshold. So, this is the testing method. So, the assessor will find the threshold muna or the softest level the patient can hear. So, the assessor can use the descending method. So, kaning descending method kay katusang kusog-kusog or audible level sa usa ka learner nga makahear og sounds. Dayon magkahinay-hinay na siya o kahinay. Okay? Tapos, kaning sa ascending method kay from a very low or soft sound kay mo gradually increase ang ihang intensity or magkakusog ang sound. Okay? Can we have Miss Zamora? Can you differentiate the descending method and ascending method again?
For the descending method, like loud to low or increasing sound, while ascending method is from lowest to highest sound.
Okay, very good. Na-understand na to, everyone? Na-understand? Click the heart. Okay, na-understand. Then, they will use a speech stimuli or kaning speech stimuli mo ni mga spontaneous words, no? Mo ni siya sa speech reception testing. This balik, and baseball. So these are used because they are easy to recognize and measure speech understanding. Okay? Nasabtan lang ba ang clinical procedure for SAT and SRT? Do you have any questions? Clarifications? Wala? Okay. Si Vanessa Ra, ang uban? Okay. Thank you, everyone.
And to start our
So, na-here ang example for the speech audiometry assessment.
and to start our SRT testing, we're going to use a list of spongy words, which are two-syllable words like playground and baseball. We're going to start the presentation level of the patient's MCL and break it down from there. Okay, Mr. Elizabeth, for our next test, you're going to hear a series of two-syllable words like playground and baseball.
Okay.
Okay? They're going to get softer and softer until you can't hear them anymore, and that's fine. What I need for you to do is to repeat the words back to me as you hear them.
Okay.
So the patient's right here again. MCL is 75.
Workshop.
Okay, so that is for the speech audiometry. Now, what is the connection man of it sa auditory perception difficulties sa bata? So, di ba pag naay auditory perception difficulty kay ang bata man anak maka-hear of sounds but cannot understand. So, speech audiometry can really help to diagnose it or prove it. Since makita dito if maka-respond ba ang bata or maka-understand ba ang bata sa duha ka syllable words nga gihatag sa assessor. Okay? So, again, sa pure tone audiometry is to check if the child can detect a sound or can hear, while the speech audiometry is more on detecting the sound and understanding and recognize the speech. Okay? Understand lang ang duha ka assessment. Okay.
Okay.
We have the auditory discrimination test. So, auditory discrimination test, no, the same ra siya, but wala na siya tools gigamit, wala na katong headphones. Okay? So, kaning auditory discrimination test, it is more on measuring how well a child understands speech and the spoken word. So, meaning, it is more on the ability of the child to differentiate similar sounds. So, naana itong ako example nga bat, pat. So, diri na siya mapunta sa auditory discrimination test. Kay, learners who have difficulties in auditory perception, no, di ba, maglisod man sila of recognize differences sa usa ka similar, sa mga similar words. Okay? So, ADTs are designed to measure a child's phonological awareness or the ability to focus on and manipulate phonemes within spoken words. So, for example, kaning wait, so ilang difference is the first letter, which is R and W. Next is reach and reach. Diba? So, we as teachers, kung natin bata with auditory perception, we can have accommodations by really katong repetition and ayun po nato o litok ang mga words para to avoid of confusion sa bata and para ma-understand po nila better. And also, dapat na antay visual supports. Okay. So, this is example of the auditory discrimination test. So, na yung mga same diha na word, pero nag-differentiate sila sa vowels or the first letter or the last letter. Okay. So, na-understand lang ang discrimination test? Okay, na-understand lang. Next is auditory discrimination skills. These are very important. No, not just in the classroom, but everywhere. Because with auditory discrimination skills, we can follow directions properly, and do reading, writing, and this spelling. Okay? Kaya sa spelling, very gamit niya siya. Ang auditory discrimination skills kay, di ba, pag mag-spelling ta sa una, mga bata pa kayo mag-ana-ana, benefito nga, for example, bat. So, ang unang dyan nato, like, bat, ba, ba. So, imo sang i-identify ang mga sounds sa letters para mapabuo sa words. So, ba, ba, t, t. So, may mo na siyang bat. Ha? May mo na siya. Then, most commonly used auditory discrimination test we have is the Whitman's auditory discrimination test, or the WAT. So, it is used for an auditory discrimination deficit in such children. So, it is designed to measure the ability of children age 4 to 8 to recognize small differences between English phonemes. Okay, so kani siyang Whitman's auditory discrimination test kay nag-consist na siya og upat ka 40 ka pairs of words. So ang 10 ana ka pair nga words kay similar na sila but has different meaning. Again, the first 10 pairs are the same. Same ang spelling but different ang meaning. Then ang 30 pairs kay ang 30 pairs sa words kay differ sila by a single phoneme. So this test requires the child to differentiate between the following. So 13 word pairs, so differing in their initial consonant or the first letter. For example, host, toast. So na ay letter C and T na first letter sila ga differentiate. Then naabot tayo 4 word pairs, differing in their medial vowels or mga vowels nga naa sa tunga sa duha or in between sa duha ka letters. So naatay pat and pet. Okay? Then sa 13 words, differing their final consonant. So sa last na po sila nga letter ga differentiate. So we have this and each. Okay. Then katong 10 identical word pairs or false choices, kaya kato ni siyang same, katong gini nga, same spelling but different ang meaning. So, pwede, yun at example, jam. So, pwede kato ni siyang palaman sa bread. Tapos, napoy jam na katong mag-jamming, magkanta-kanta together with others. Okay? Nasaktan lang. Okay, nasaktan. So, here's the example. Different ni siya nga language, everyone ha. But ang process theory is walay other tools ang teacher, but only a sheet of paper nga naa na siya murag diagnostic there. Tapos, every time it is more on detecting the sounds. Tapos, ang sa speech audiometry is there is detecting, understanding, and recognizing the speech. Next is the auditory discrimination. It is about noticing small differences in words. Okay, nasabtan lang ba? Nasabtan sa tanan? Okay, thank you. Now, I will give the floor to Arian.
Ako sang i-end akong video, Rai.